bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
A pleasant good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside Your Print Media. I am your presenter this morning. My name is Greg Korshpar, and I'm going to be driving you through our newspaper this morning. We have the New Down newspaper, we have the front page African newspaper, we have the Daily Observer newspaper, and the Inquirer newspaper. So stick and stay with me. This is Focal Online TV. This program is called Inside the Print Media. It's being aired from 10:45 a.m. As you join us this morning, kindly make use of our online platform that is Focal Online TV. You can follow us. We will appreciate that and make use of our comment section as well. So we have in a print this morning from the Daily Observer newspaper, Catholic priest arrested for alleged rape. Catholic priest arrested for alleged rape. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper. And we have Liberia's new SIM card rules. Register with national ID or lose access by 2025. Liberia's new SIM card rules. Register with national ID or lose access by 2025. This is from the Daily Observer newspaper. We will now look quickly to the New Dawn newspaper. What do we have in the print this morning? LRA surpasses US 500 million. LRA surpasses US 500 million. World Bank announced US 2 million for Liberia solar plant. World Bank announced US 2 million for Liberia solar plant. Now let's move quickly to the front page Africa newspaper. Crisis deepens in United Methodist Church over same-sex marriage. Crisis deepens in United Methodist Church over same-sex marriage. This is from the front page Africa newspaper. And we have another one here. President Bwaka executive order establishing National Railway Authority raises concern amid absence of major rail users. While it's in the print this morning from the front page Africa newspaper, Supreme Court hot CDC eviction sites parties to conference as Koji picks boons with police. Supreme Court hot CDC eviction sites parties to conference as Koji picks boons with the police. This is quite interesting this morning. Lastly, we have on our platform here the Inquirer newspaper. Of course, the Inquirer newspaper brings nothing but informative information to our country, Liberia. The Inquirer newspaper will be our last source of information this morning. UMC congregants go high over same-sex acceptance as LCC calls for unity. This is from the Inquirer newspaper, and this is quite interesting. Liberia representative Fanye resigns from United Nations. Liberia representative Fanye resigns from United Nations. This is how we take a short break, folks. When we get back, I'll fill you on news presentation from our news sources. That is the Daily Observer newspaper, the front page African newspaper, the the Hot Pepper newspaper and the Inquirer newspaper. So we have the Daily Observer newspaper in studio. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper. We have the New Dawn newspaper and the Inquirer newspaper this morning for our news presentation. Thanks for joining us. I will be right back shortly. My name is Requina Courage Park, and I serve as your news presenter this morning. Please stick and stay with me as I will be right back shortly.
Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your news presenter, Greg and Courage Park. Daily Observer newspaper. Catholic priest arrested for alleged rape. A priest of the Christ the King Catholic Church in Monrovia, identified as Daniel L. George, has been arrested following allegations of statutory rape involving a 6-year-old minor. The arrest comes after a writ was issued by the Monrovia City Court at the Temple of Justice based on complaint filed by the survivors' parents. According to documents, the alleged incident occurred between April and October 8, 2024, during which George is accused of rapidly sexually abusing the minor. The complaint details how George allegedly lured the minor to various locations, including Invincible Park and Christ the King Catholic Church compound on Old Road, where the acts of abuse reportedly took place. The parents of the minor alleged that George not only abused their daughter, but also made threats to kill both the child and her mother, leaving the young girl in severe distress, pain, and trauma. The abuse is said to have occurred on all occasions, including at the victim's family residence. These actions, as alleged, are in violation of Section 14.70 of the Rape Law of Liberia, a serious offense under Liberian law which condemns such acts of sexual violence against minors. The writ of arrest issued on October 12, 2024, orders the immediate detention of George to face charges of statutory rape. The court has emphasized that the case constitutes a violation of peace and dignity of the Republic of Liberia, underscoring the seriousness of the allegations. The court document notes that the alleged acts committed by George are unlawful, wicked, and illegal, calling for the full weight of the law to be applied in seeking the victim. Liberia's new SIM card rules: register with national ID or lose access by 2025. In a bold move to strengthen Liberia's digital infrastructure and improve national security, the Liberia Telecommunications Authority (LCA) and the National Identification Registry (NIR) have signed a landmark Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) on October 8, 2024. This agreement is set to reshape the country's SIM card registration process by requiring all mobile subscribers to register using a government-issued national ID card. This partnership is a critical part of Liberia's broader digital transformative initiative aimed at enhancing security, digital inclusion, and access to essential services. The MOU signed by LTA Acting Chairperson Abdullah El Kamara and NIR Executive Director Andrew Peters extend through December 2026. However, the most unregistered SIM cards will be deactivated. This strict timeline reflects the government's commitment to creating a secure, verifiable national database for mobile communications and other key services. New Down newspaper. Yeah, on our platform, we have the New Down newspaper. And of course, MOA provides modern rice processing equipment for 3 counties. MOA provides modern rice equipment for 3 counties. This is from the New Down newspaper. The Ministry of Agriculture (MOA) has commenced the distribution of modern rice processing equipment to smallholder farmers in Bon, Louva, and Nimba counties. The initiative, funded by the World Bank through the Rural Economic Transformation Project (RETRAP), is part of the Liberia government comprehensive agenda for food security as outlined in the Liberians Feed Yourself agenda under the National Agriculture Development Plan NADP 2024-2030. It is a landmark effort to enhance agricultural productivity and combat post-harvest loss. Between September 19 and 22, 2024, a total of 30 rice producing farmers received advanced tools in solar dryers, hermetic storage bags, winnows, threshers, de-stoners, digital scales, and small-scale rice mills. These modern machines are expected to streamline rice processing, reduce manual labor, and improve farmers. We now move to another top headlines under the New Down newspaper, and this is interesting. We have here this morning. This is interesting for abreast with information of our country, Liberia. The Liberian government must fund the Liberian Immigration Service. This is from the New Down newspaper also. The Liberian government must fund the Liberian Immigration Service list training. The Liberian Immigration Service list, formerly the Bureau of Immigration and Naturalization (BIN), was founded in 1855. LIST is charged with the primary responsibility of implementing and enforcing the Alien and Nationality Law of Liberia. The Bureau of Agency has 2,081 immigration officers. These officers are deployed at 48 official border crossing points out of a total of 178 national entry points around the Republic of Liberia. This means that about 130 entry points are left unattended in Liberia. Besides the Alien and Nationality Law, LIS is also governed by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, the ECOWAS protocols on free movement of persons, goods, and services within the sub-region, international conventions and laws, among others instruments. The Bureau has a statutory mandate to safeguard and protect Liberia's borders and boundaries, air, land, and sea, against the illegal entry of aliens into the country. The Bureau also aliens at sea, air, and land borders, ports of entry, grants of aliens residence status, and engage in border management and control. As its vision list envisages the cultural and collective professionalism, effectiveness, and international outlook in achieving regional and international recognition. Its mission is to contribute to security and socio-economic development of Liberia by facilitating international trade and citizenship, and promoting and to also improve the border structure, data collection, analysis, dissemination using technology, list controls, immigration intelligence, gathering, and law enforcement to benefit of the people of the Republic of Liberia. This is how we move quickly to the front page Africa. Who will pay? President Bouakai executive order establishing National Railway Authority raises concerns amid absence of major rail users. President Bouakai executive order establishing National Railway Authority raises concerns. Who will pay? President Joseph Yuma Bouakai has issued Executive Order number 136, extending the provision of the previous Executive Order number 112 and reaffirming Liberia's commitment to the development and enhancement of its rail infrastructure. The new executive order, which takes immediate effect, established the National Railway Authority (NRA) to oversee and manage the country's national rail assets. The NRA will ensure the efficient and equitable use of rail infrastructure, particularly benefiting the mining sector, as well as facilitating the transport and passengers' goods. This is interesting for our country, Liberia. So we now move to another top story under the front page African newspaper. Under the front page African newspaper, quotes hot CDC eviction cites parties to conference as Koji picks booms with police. The state order was issued by Associate Justice Yami Kwekwegbese, presiding in the chambers after the CDC complained that George Goddard A. Bona Elliott of the 6th Judiciary Circuit Civil Law Court in Monrovia had refused to hear the Bill of Information concerning the kids. According to the insider, all efforts to get George Elliott to hear their case in accordance with due process as guaranteed by the Liberian Constitution were unsuccessful as a result the parties sought redress to the Supreme Court. In citation signed by the Supreme Court clerk, Councillor Sam Momolu, the CDC was summoned to a conference scheduled for Friday, October 18, 2024 at 10 a.m. The order also called for an immediate suspension of all further proceedings related to the case pending the outcome of the conference. The CDC petition for a writ of mandamus filed on October 10, 2024 named Acting Chairman Janga A. Kowo as the petitioner representing the party. The respondents in states Judicial Circuit Court as well as the tested estate of Martha Sopha Brenner, representing Administrator Abraham Vani Dempster, and the estate of William Thomas Bernard, represented by Executor Ashblood F. Bernard and other family members. The CDC is also represented by its acting chairman, Nathaniel McGill, in the case. Koji labeled LNP as partisans police. The petition from the court comes after the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Gregory Coleman, in a communication invited the CDC and a party representing the interests of the estate of the late Martha Sophieu Bernard, the said owner of the property that hosts the CDC party headquarters in Congotown. The Secretary General of the Congress for Democratic Change condemned a communication from Police Inspector General Coleman. Police Inspector General on October 7, 2024 invited opposition party CDC and the owners of the property that hosts the CDC party headquarters to a meeting on October 10, 2024. LNP says it is a request by the 6th Judicial Court of Montserrat County. In response to the letter, the Secretary General of the CDC accused the LNP of being involved in a conspiracy against his party, the CDC. This is how we take a short break, folks. When we get back, we conclude from the Inquirer newspaper. Kindly stick and stay with me as I will be right back shortly to bring to you our last information from our top source, the Inquirer newspaper.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, which news presenter. In conclusion of our news this morning on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, the Inquirer newspaper says UMC congregants go high wire over same-sex acceptance as LCC calls for unity. Liberia Representative Faye resigns from United Nations. Liberia Representative Faye resigns from United Nations. Ambassador Sarah Sifin Faye formally steps down from her role as Liberia Permanent Representative to the United Nations. During her tenure, Ambassador Faye played a pivotal role in Liberia's diplomatic priorities, as well as amplifying Liberia's voice in key areas such as Security Council reform, climate change, and the Women, Youth, Peace, and Security agenda. During her meeting with Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Monday, October 2, 2024, Ambassador Faye expressed gratitude to President Joseph Yuma Boakai for the trust and confidence placed in her to continue to serve her country under his leadership for the past 8 months, and conveys Liberia enduring gratitude to the United Nations for its crucial role in sustaining peace and strengthening the country's democracy. Ambassador Faye's departure marks the end of a significant chapter in Liberia's diplomatic engagement with the UN. One step down from my role with a sense of fulfillment and pride, knowing that under the leadership of President Boakai, we have strengthened Liberia's global reputation and prepared the nation to contribute meaningfully to global peace and security. This is how we move to another top story here under the Inquirer newspaper. Our last top story for today: UMC congregants go high wire over same-sex acceptance as LCC calls for unity. God's decision not to spare anyone in Sodom and Gomorrah is gradually creeping in Liberia by the acceptance of same-sex marriage in the United Methodist Church (UMC). We was witness as a strategy to endorse pastors who will side with the decision over congregational members at their respective worship centers sparked a serious controversy yesterday, leading Several members in protest during service hours over the alleged dismissal of their respective residence pastors. The conflict rooted in the church's ongoing struggle with LGBTQ inclusion has ignited a firestorm of debate within the denomination, highlighting deep divisions that threaten to fracture the community of believers. The United Methodist Church, one of the largest Protestant denominations in the United States, has been grappling with issues surrounding LGBTQ rights for decades or since its founding. The Church Book of Discipline, which outlines its policies and practices, has historically prohibited the ordination of self-avowed practicing homosexual and has deemed same-sex marriage as incompatible with Christian teachings. However, the global United Methodist Church recently repealed its 50-year ban on LGBTQ clergy and approved new language opening doors for same-sex marriage within all of the UMC across the globe. And since Bishop Samuel Jerome Choir returned in May 2024 from USA, he has allegedly refused to call for a session to discuss such critical issue, but he is accused of instead arbitrarily dismissing church leaders against gay marriage and homosexuality. His action has since sparked concern amongst the congregation, leading them to sin against his appearance in any of their church, calling on the bishop to call for a special section and report to members in Liberia on discussion at the General Conference in the US. According to our reporter, who was on the scene, the tension reached a boiling point as members of the two churches, the New Georgia United Methodist Church and the 72nd United Methodist Church, voiced their outrage over an attempt to replace the two pastors who had been vocal against LGBTQ practices in the church. At the New Georgia UMC, our reporter said no more worship service came to an abrupt end after the worshippers protested the recall of their rector, Reverend Leo Mason, by the embattled bishop of the UMC, Reverend Dr. Samuel Jerome Choir. Our reporter also narrated that the protesters were heard chanting slogans as "Give me Jesus" and "Take Choir." The protesters, according to a report, was triggered after they were reported that Bishop Choir had recalled Reverend Mason over his alleged stance against the indoctrination of same-sex marriage within UMC. According to some of the worshippers, they will resist any attempt by Bishop Choir to remove their pastors from the New Georgia UMC, stressing Reverend Mason will not go anywhere and the full church remains supportive of him and his stance against GPTQ. We therefore call on Bishop Choir to submit to the holding of the special section as agreed at the 19th section of the annual conference to discuss the outcomes of the UMC Global Conference. They added, our reporters added that resistance by the protesters, which lasted for hours, later led to the calling of the riot unit of the Liberia National Police (LNP) prompting the closure of the church. In a related development at the 72nd UMC, our reporter explained that while normal worship service was ongoing, an individual whose identity remains unknown up to press time attempted to prevent the head pastor of the edifice, Reverend Kenneth C. Jackson, from preaching on grounds that he has been dismissed from the UMC. This is quite interesting from our newsroom this morning. We want to say thank you to all of our viewers watching us. Rennie Banners Nimley told a demonstration of eloquence. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The former Liberia representative told the UN was very strategic in her decision because had she not taken such action, this act of bad governance, which reflects on Liberia's foreign policy, would have been unnegotiative or a negative, bearing on her diplomatic credentials. This is quite interesting. Thanks to you, Rani, for joining us this morning. Thanks to all of you for joining this platform. We have people turning up as they view and watch our own platform, that is the Focal Online TV. We encourage you to stick and stay with us. Sooner and later, we will be bringing to you Focal FM 89.5. Don't forget, we bring innovation to broadcasting here on Focal Online TV. We are the voice of the slum. Don't forget to continue to follow us and continue to make an input within our country, Liberia, on our news platform. My name is Greg Pina Korishpa. This is how I wish you a positive Monday to all of you. Happy new week to all of you. May God perfect everything concerning us this week, and may we work smarter and stronger as we yield a fruitful result from the outcome of this week. Please don't forget to go along with a heart of love and do away with any acts of violence. I see you on Tuesday by God's will. My name is Gertrude Korshpa. Bye bye.